Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Lauren Loves Color. This is what you're used to seeing. You're used to seeing me getting ready to hop into some coloring or show you some new books or whatever it is I'm planning on filming. But I had a request from a subscriber, and I definitely wanted to meet the demand of that request to look at what my coloring space looks like. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is raw, unedited, real footage of what my space looks like. I want you guys to get a real view of what my life is like. It's not always the neatest and tidiest, and it's not always how it looks to you maybe on YouTube. You probably have some ideas, just like I do. Anytime I see videos like this of what the actual ColorTuber space looks like, and I'm always somewhat kind of shocked. I'm always shocked at typically how small it is. Sometimes we're pushed in corners and crannies of rooms and things like that. And then also, I'm always surprised at the amount of supplies and books and everything that's kind of, everything that the creators have and how they organize their space. So I will tell you, you guys know my whole story. I have 2 kids. I work full time. My space that I actually color in and film in is actually shared with my workspace. And so this kind of area that you guys will see really belongs to me, but it also belongs to my kids. We craft over here. I do work over here. And so I have a pretty crowded area, and it's not perfect. It's not the neatest. It's not the tidiest, but it is real and it is real life. And so I wanted to give you guys this raw and unedited. I also want to show you guys my filming setup. I've had a lot of questions about how I have my filming set up and kind of what I use for lighting, what I use for backgrounds, what I use for kind of creating my videos. And so I want to walk through that as well for anybody that's interested. For those who are probably already going to comment that they want to see a book and supply like kind of a full, I guess, like review of my books and supplies, I will be doing that, but I plan on doing that a little bit later in the year. It seems like there's a lot of ColorTubers doing that right now, and so there's a lot of footage out there for you to view, and my collection is still only about 6 months old, so I don't nearly have the amount of things, I guess, per se, as some ColorTubers that may have more items. And not to say that this isn't enough, I still have plenty that I can show you, but it's just right now, I think with the number of videos that are out there, I'm going to wait till a little bit later in the year until maybe some of those videos slow down. And also when I have the energy to go through my full collection of my supplies and my books. So I want to show you around. Right now, you guys are set up on a monopod that is up here that you will see here shortly. And I'm going to take you out of there. Let me unplug you from your iPhone charger. I do film on my iPhone 12 Pro. And yeah, we are going. So one thing that you might kind of be surprised, and I'm going to scroll out a little bit here. You can see my little feetsies down here is this is my desk in my working space. So you guys are actually situated. Give you a little sneak peek on this monopod right here. It is attached to my desk, which this is not actually a proper desk. This is my former dining room table, but it makes a pretty nice desk for me, plenty of space to put things. And so you guys are actually attached up here to this little clip that holds my phone. It kind of widens as you put something in it and swivels so that I can turn you guys and make sure that I have the correct adjustment. What you guys will see in the immediate here, this is one of my monitors for work. My second monitor when I am working, this is my laptop, so I flip this up. I have a wireless keyboard and mouse that I use, and this is kind of nice because this actually is a mouse pad. These desk pads are really, really nice. They come in a variety of different patterns and colors, and it actually serves as a mouse pad, so I can move all of my coloring stuff out of the way when I'm working, put my keyboard and my mouse here, and just kind of go to work. I am actually set up for a video I am about to film about doing embellishments on a page. So I don't know if that's going to post before or after this, but you guys kind of know too, I bulk film. So I usually film 3 to 4 videos at a time, all in one day when I have some time, and then I go through and edit them throughout the week. So a couple of important things to note for let's look at the most important thing and probably something that's catching your eye. These are my snacks and paper towels. Very, very important for a variety of reasons. It's usually for work-related things. If I'm having to work through lunchtime and be in a meeting or just am hungry. I have a couple of really important snacks back here. My first one, these are chocolate covered pretzels, which are absolutely wonderful in case I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. Also, these serves as snacks for my son when he comes up here and wants to color. And then these are just life. These are the Dots Homestyle pretzels. These actually come from North Dakota. Our Target sells them down here in Texas, and I think actually HEB does too, which is kind of our local grocery store, but these are fantastic. They're like, the best way is that my mom described them. They're almost like the Olive Garden breadsticks. They're like that garlicky, buttery flavor in kind of a crunchy pretzel. They are so good, so addictive. We have so many bags of these in my house. My son loves them. I love them. And so if I am looking for something with a little bit of a kick and want something salty, this is my salty snack. Also, I am from Texas. I like hot sauce. This is the Texas Pete original hot sauce. I actually don't think this is made in Texas, but it is my favorite hot sauce. And so whenever I eat something and I want something a little bit spicy, I keep this up here. I do refrigerate this. I just used this morning, so this will go back downstairs in the refrigerator as soon as I go back downstairs. All right, so again, filming space. This is the desk pad that I have. I have about 3 or 4 of these. They are just a mouse pad. If you want one or are interested in one, seriously, all you have to do is go on Amazon and search large mouse pad or large desk pad, and you will find it here. I actually have, you'll kind of peek under here, I use the Color It boxes. They sell a lot of supplies and books and things like that. Their gel pen sets come in these really nice boxes, and I actually use this to store supplies for work. It has like sticky notes and scissors and stuff like that in there. I have some of my page flags and things here. I use this not only for coloring but also for work. I also have my stamper, kind of my date stamper. So as I complete a page, I like to stamp it. This is kind of, and has been for a long time, my primary desk lamp that I use. I love this thing. It gives me just enough light for filming. And it also has, no, I'm not going to do that because it's going to mess you guys up with your view. It also has kind of, these are all little touch buttons here, so I can actually change it from warm light to kind of the bright white light. I can change the number of bulbs that are lit up. And then it has this little dial, so I can just turn this and adjust the brightness. I can also just completely turn it off or on. So I really like that. That is what I have used primarily for light for filming. Also, I have a window. So I have a couple of windows that are next to me, and I can open and close the blinds, to also give me some additional natural light. Usually this blind on the left, if I have it open, it's a little too much natural light flowing in, but today's actually kind of a nasty day. Can y'all see outside? Yeah. And this is my view. It's not terribly spectacular. I can just see straight into my neighbor's yard and look over there. Yeah, so that's my view that I see every day. It's really mostly my neighbor's roof. And then also something kind of newer to my setup, and I'm going to back up because this thing is huge, is for light, is my softbox. Can you guys see that? So this thing is kind of like a hooded, I guess like a hooded light. And so it provides just a diffuse light into the area. And actually, I did not buy this. This was not for coloring and color tube. This was actually, my husband bought this because we do board games. If you can kind of look over here, we have a lot of board games. I have puzzles and things like that too. But he actually bought it so that he could live stream on Twitch and get some good light in our dining room. And he hasn't used it yet. So I came upstairs like literally a few days ago, and this thing was set up over here. And so he is letting me use this. He has like 2 of them. He's letting me use this to film, and it's been awesome. I've been using it for about a week now. So that's been pretty awesome. Also, on my bookshelf here, you will see I have a small amount of coloring supplies and things here. These are my Tombow markers. This holds some of my coloring books that are either completed or that you just don't use as often. I have a couple of bags of pens and markers. This houses my, and this is actually upside down. This houses my fine liners. my fine liners there and my felt tip pens. This houses my Crayola Super Tips. These are my Color It gel pens. These are some Marco Raffine colored pencils. This is my 200 set of Ohuhu markers. And then back in the back here, this is a set of Ohuhu water brush markers. I actually have 2 of those, long story. And then I have, this is the other set, kind of the original set of Color It gel pens. So I do have those, and that is just a very, very small space that I share for that. The rest of this is really just books. And then I was huge into puzzles for a very long time. And I go through phases. We do a lot of puzzles and stuff kind of at family events. And so I have a variety of puzzles here. I have some board games. These are actually just board games that don't fit downstairs. So these board games are kind of on this shelf right here, if you can see it. But we have bookshelves and bookshelves and bookshelves of board games downstairs. So let's look a little bit more into my actual coloring space. So let me move a couple of things around just so I have space to get to everything. You will find these 2 containers. These I got from the Dollar Tree, and they really house most of my kind of more heavily used supplies. I'm gonna sit down for a minute. This one here is kind of my everyday. This houses pens and pencils that I normally use for work. I like to write in Sharpies, and so I have Sharpies and stuff here to write with. And then I also have my, I like to color code everything. And so this houses all of my, what are these, mild liners? These zebra mild liners in different colors. These are really cool. I like these, and I have these in a variety of colors, and I color cord my notes for work with that. And then right now it's also housing some of my empties. These are some of the empties that I have right now because I just don't have a good place to put them, and I've kind of wanted to start featuring them in some of my completed pages videos. And then here is like my just box of fun. This is kind of like my finishing toolkit. So when I'm working on completing a page and just want to add some additional like fun things to it, this is what I grab. This here is my large collection of dual metallic gel pens. There are the Pentel Sparkle Pop pens in here. There are the kind of same pen but in a different packaging, the hybrid dual metallic pens. And then also the Divical dual metallic gel pens as well. I'll sit here. And then lastly, this little side here contains my budget-friendly gel pens. So these are the Jot gel pens that are from the Dollar Tree. And then also these are the Flair glitter gel pens as well. So I have those there. So yeah, so those are those 2 containers. Back here, what you will see are a couple things. I have a few extra things out too because of the video I'm planning on doing. These are my 120 CaliArt brush markers. I keep the markers that I use most kind of sitting right next to my desk. I'm about to do some embellishing too, and so these I will use. These are my CaliArt 100 art markers. Always store your markers horizontally to make sure that the ink is distributed well. I also have underneath here my Tao Tree 101 markers, my skinny alcohol markers. This is also for embellishments because I am about to do that video. This houses all of my Jelly Roll gel pens. This is also because I'm embellishing. This is my stack of stickles, glossy accents. There are some gelatos in here. And then this houses my Copic markers. This is a new case. I'm not going to open this because I'm kind of one-handed right now. So you'll see this in my haul, but I got a new case for my Copics because I was storing them in a case very similar to this. And it got hard as I was pulling markers out. It was kind of making other markers fly out. So I moved them to this kind of zipper case. I'm really happy with that. And then these 2 things just house a whole bunch of extra storage for me. This I'm using for pastels. These are just some extra markers that I have. You'll see some extra Posca pens, white gel pens, brushes. So this is stuff that is not, these, which I'm actually planning on using, are some of my metallic, oops. See, I knew that would happen. I'm just going to get real messy here. Let me just put that back. Those are some of my metallic markers that I use kind of for finishing projects and stuff too. So I have those in there. And then in the Color It box back here, again, is just some additional supplies. Water brush markers, blending pencils, Neo colors are in there, labeling stickers, Gamsol is in there. So stuff that I just don't use as frequently, I kind of keep back there. I have a printer that I never use. I work for a hospital, and so I work from home right now, as you can tell, and we're not allowed to print patient information, so that printer doesn't get used. And so I would only use it to print things for personal reasons, and I actually am too lazy to hook up this is not a wireless printer. I'm too lazy to hook my computer up to it, so I have a wireless printer downstairs. So if I need to print something for my personal use, I usually print it downstairs. So this thing just kind of sits here. It just holds my coloring books up there. I probably need to get rid of that printer, but it still works, and so I'm just reluctant to get rid of something that still works. Okay, we'll stack that there for right now. Okay, also, I usually have, my markers are usually not so much in the way, but I usually also have some coloring books and stuff here. These might be books that I am interested in coloring. Books maybe I pulled out for buddy color, or they could be, in this case, these are books that are due for a video review. So this one I have here is a Stained Glass Nautical Designs by Sach and Sach Diva. I colored a page out of here, so you guys will see me do at some point in time, either before or after this video, a flip and review of this book. This will probably, the flip and review will probably be posted before this kind of walkthrough. And then this is the Mystery Mosaics Wow Africa book by the Belba family, their newest release, and so I colored a page in here as well, and you guys will see my review of that. Then I also have my 2021 planner. This is kind of my coloring planner that houses all of the completed pages that I have. Buddy Colors keeps tracks of my goals. I post a video every month going through what my goals are for the month and kind of how I performed last month. You guys seem to like that, so I've continued to do that, and I'm really enjoying kind of keeping track of things in my planner. All right, so here's my coloring books. This is the way that I have them stored right now. It's kind of working okay. I actually made some room because I need to add an extra one here or two. I may even move some of those a little bit over so I have a little more space, because some of these are starting to get crunched together a little bit, or I may need to put them on the bookshelf behind me and create some room there, just because this is getting a little bit crowded. When I started up here, when I moved all my stuff up here, I used to just color downstairs in my dining room. I moved my stuff up here maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I used to have, I think, only 3 of these, and you can see I have expanded rather substantially. So I've acquired quite a few books. I have them broken up by publisher, and I really like that. The reason being is because frequently during my videos, I'm referencing a publisher in particular, and it's easy for me to remember, oh, okay, there's a Color Questopia book that I need, or a Belba family book, or it's a random book or a Mindware book or something like that, than it is to like break them up by season or alphabetically or anything like that. Right now, this system just works for me. So this is the system I'm keeping. So in my first, kind of in my first grouping here, these are all of my Belba family books. So you'll see Belba family is kind of in that first half, and then I have my Jade Summer books right behind that. This here is entirely dedicated to Color Questopia, and actually not all of my Color Questopia books fit in here. I have some in the bookshelf as well, and those are like duplicate books. I have now acquired some of the black background books from Color Questopia that they've sent me that are duplicates of my white background. So I moved my white background to the bookshelf because I plan on just using the black backgrounds now. This one houses this is Sun Life Drawing and Kira Shershniva, and I group them together because they have the same color palette. This one's getting super, super thick. This is my Sach and Sach Diva collection, which has grown so much over the past year. He continues to keep releasing books, and I actually don't think his newest book is even going to fit in here. So I really need a second Sach and Sach Diva, category or kind of like book holder, because this is packed. And then lastly over here on the bottom these are all of my Zendoodle Color by Number series. There's a series of 4 of those, and my Brilliantly Vivid ones. I haven't colored a lot in these books, but I do have them. They are there. And then in this bin here, these are all of my kind of French, mostly Disney books. I think most of these are Disney except for a couple. This one is not Disney, which is my vice versa one. And then my Llamas one is not Disney, but they're all kind of Hachette Heroes or Hachette Loisirs. One of those two publishers are in there. These are kind of just a miscellaneous series of books. So my Kick Back and Relax books, which are from the Dollar Tree. I have my Circulism books in here. These are my Bindwear books are in here. I have kind of my Adorable Nature Stitching book, Woodland Hygge, and then just some other random books. My Just Add Water book, that is kind of my watercolor book. This one actually should go here. These are kind of the color by number, almost kind of kid books, the Arcturus Publishing one, and then kind of the one that was misprinted, the Posh color by number, and then this is my only Creative Haven book, which is the Christmas color by number. So that is all that I have up there for my books, and that's kind of how I currently have them organized. I do have some additional space up here, so maybe I'll combine some of this and use one of those for something else. I don't know, but I probably need a little bit more space for coloring books. And then what we're going to do is just take a kind of quick peek down below at my supplies down here. That's a picture I've never hung. It's actually my high school graduation picture with a copy of my diploma. This down here, this is just a bucket of random stuff. So this houses all of the desk pads that I have. Most of them are by this company called French Cocoa. I also have a friend who gave me a whole bunch of Ipsy bags. It's like a makeup subscription service. I had gotten rid of mine, and I kind of had realized, like, well, dang, these are really good for storing supplies, except they're kind of not. They're not the right size for a lot of markers, so they don't fit in there. So I'm still just keeping them right now for storage solutions for different things. Yeah, this is an old stand for my Tombow markers that I don't need anymore, and so that's just a whole bunch of really random stuff. That's my laptop case for when I go into the office. And then I have this 3-tiered drawer system, and I can't actually take it out from underneath my table. But what I have over here as well, these are extra sets of markers. So this is for example, an extra set of Towel Tree markers. I have an extra set down there of CaliArt markers and things like that. Oops, that I keep down there. Back here, you guys are really not gonna be able to see this, is my washi tape that I just acquired that I put in this case. This case is from Five Below. And then these drawers house a variety of different things, and this is what I'll have to go through in a kind of a review of my supplies. So this houses a lot of my permanent markers. These are like the pen and gear markers. I have my Shuttle Art permanent markers down here. I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see without me tipping this over. My Crayola Take Notes. These are, and I have another 3-tiered drawer thing like this that I may end up putting. You'll see there's one here. That one is for, that has a lot of my work supplies and stuff. And then I've got a trash can over there. But actually to the left of my desk, I may put another one over there and divide some of the stuff up because it's starting to get a little bit crowded. But this houses a lot of my kind of permanent markers and alcohol markers. This drawer here houses a lot of Crayola supplies and other markers. So I've got my skin tone set. I just bought the Crayola confetti crayons. I've got the Crayola Twistables, which I forgot to show in my haul. This is the 50 set of the Crayola Twistables crayons. I have a couple of extra sets of Jot Gel pens. These are my Bic Intensity markers, my fine tip and my ultra fine tip. I also have these water markers, which actually work pretty well. These are very similar to the Fiber Tip Staedtler markers, and these are like from Walmart, and they're like $4. So I haven't used them entirely on a page yet, but I've pulled out some random markers and used them for different things, and they actually work pretty well. Now let's see how I'm going to get all this back in here. Yeah, and then last but not least is this kind of fun drawer down here. And I'm going to try not to fall off my chair while I do this. So this houses, these are some of my Copic refills. This is what the refills look like now, which is kind of cool. But those are the Copic marker refills that I have. And then this is all stuff related to background. So a lot of it I have sitting on my desk right now, and I need to move it back down here. These are like my batons. These are the Magic Fly acrylic paint markers you will have seen. My Distress inks, which you're supposed to store them upside down like that. Crayola chalk, which I saw Nisi recently doing a review about those. My Jane Davenports are down there. My brushes for the Distress inks are down there. So this houses a lot of background stuff. So guys, that is it. That is what my space looks like. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you feel, I guess, like you maybe got to see a little bit of a sneak peek into kind of my life and what things look like for coloring for me. If you have any questions about any of the things that I showed, let me know and I will send you a link to it. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you next time. Bye.